Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I want to start by saying Montgomery is an unbelievable place to live. It is unbelievable to be here today as your chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. And I'm so excited to see such smiling faces. It is exciting time in Montgomery. But the reason we are here is about unity. Unity of purpose and mission. And I see our military community here in a region unified in the effort to make the river region a great place for the members of the military, their families, and the retirees of the military. And we want to make it a great place for you to call home. And guess what? It's not just what I feel and see. We're not the only one noticing the momentum of Montgomery, the capital city. We're not the only ones who think and see the unity and the commitment to our military community. The momentum continues. Just recently, I received some unbelievable news. And that news, and the word is, the secret I'm going to share with you is, the Montgomery River region has been named a great, remember the phrase, this is not my phrasing, what it's called, a great American defense community. And that brings joy and pride to my heart. The designation was bestowed on us by the Association of Defense Communities. And it should speak loud and proud to your hearts. And it's deeply satisfying endorsement of the work that's gone into building this community I'm speaking about with the military and the military retirees. You don't become a great American defense community overnight by talk. It takes commitment. It takes effort. It takes unity. That work takes time, and Montgomery has invested the time in our military community. There were communities all over this nation, and I mean from the West Coast to the East Coast to the Gulf Coast, won this designation. And it was only 5 in this nation. Now, you talking about something to be proud about. Join me in being proud about that. And we talking about some of the historical communities with the military's connections, such as El Paso, Texas, Fairbanks, Alaska, Omaha, Nebraska, Fort George, Maryland, and the best of the class, Montgomery, the capital city. Now that speaks loud and proud, as I said, for our community. That recognition reflects extremely well on all of our commitment, all our elected official commitment, military leaders, elected leaders, and most of all, the people who live and work and play here and call the capital city home. Now today, I don't want to just glow forever, but I'm joined by those people who help commit the time, effort, energy to make this happen. I'm joined by Mayor Stephen Reed, County Chairman Doug Singleton, and my new golf buddy, Colonel Ryan Richardson, Commander of the 42nd Air Base Wing. And I'll let some of them share some of my excitement. But we're also joined by other city officials. If you're here, I would like these groups to quickly stand. Leadership of our chamber, leadership from Montgomery, Otaga, Elmore, and Macon County. That's how we've teamed together. Now, what I want to do is give others the opportunity to share a little bit about how that commitment took place over time and address the special bond we have with the Montgomery military community. And who I'd like to first kick it off is Mayor Stephen Reed. Please join us in this celebration.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the City of Montgomery, our residents, and our City Council, I want to say thank you to all who are here for the great work that's been done to receive this recognition. We want to thank all of our airmen and women who have continued to serve fearlessly throughout, not only here in our community, but wherever they are in the world, and those who have come through Maxwell and Gunner Annex to assist us in making this a better community. We are proud to earn the Great American Defense Community Distinction, despite strong competition this year from 40 other communities, as the Baron mentioned, across the United States, who are also vying to be named as Great American Defense Communities. So to be named one of 5 out of 40 isn't too bad. My son would take that for sure in his competition, and so would I. But in our research and our preparation, we realized that Montgomery has been trying to achieve this status since 2016. So we're happy to secure this recognition under our watch. In Montgomery, there's a unity of purpose among elected officials, our military leaders, and our business community for what we want to be. Montgomery's military installations and missions provide more than $2.6 billion in annual economic impact and represent slightly more than 20% of the region's gross domestic product. And in return, we're doing all we can to support their mission and to support their families. We secured $15 million from Maxwell Air Force Base Commercial Vehicle Inspection Gate to maximize base security. We thank our leaders in Congress for working with us in that. We also enhance the quality of life for military families with Greenway Trail Networks and the Montgomery Whitewater Project, of which we've been partnering with our friends at the Montgomery County Commission. All of these things were great projects, but came on the feedback of how we could work better together with our military community. We also worked with Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth to pass bills to retain, safeguard, and improve the military presence and investment. We worked to secure $33.2 million to support the mission of Maxwell Gunner Air Force Base and the Alabama Air National Guard. We didn't stop there. We continued to work to launch programs to allow access to magnet schools with our Montgomery Public Schools and our superintendent and school board for on-base families, a key component in their interests of public education. We also worked to cut red tape to allow military spouses with an out-of-state license to work in the state of Alabama. These are just a few of the things that we've done from a policy standpoint to work to improve our relationship with all of those who serve our nation. We work from the private sector to the public sector with other governmental entities, our local delegation, our school board, our county commission, our city council, as well as our congressional delegation to do the things that we can to be a stronger community for our military. And we won't stop here. We'll continue to work, and while the recognition is great for us to celebrate for about 24 hours, the next day starts tomorrow, and we'll be out focusing on what else we can do to make this an even better community for our military. And so with that, I want to thank all of you for your feedback, for your leadership, for your volunteerism, for your involvement, for your service and what you do. And I want to now turn it over to my partner, Montgomery County Commissioner, Chairman Doug Singleton, for the work that they do with the county as well. Thank you.
Mayor Reed said he's going to be brief. We have a different interpretation of brief. But since I did write his speech, I write all his speeches for him. I'm not going to repeat the same thing that I thought myself. But I do want to say that it's about time they figured out what we've known here for many, many years, that we are a great defense and military community. I know growing up here my all 62 years, when I was brought up, my dad was in the Korean War. He taught me at an early age, every time you see someone in a uniform, you say thank you for your service. Whether it's somebody that's Colonel Richardson or that brand new enlistee that joins, every time I see them anywhere out, I always say thank you for your service. And we have so many great military retirees here in Montgomery, and they're all great leaders, and they're all very involved. You know, we talk a lot about all the economic development and impact. That we had a great year last year, 1.7 billion. I've heard that number over and over again, because not only what the city, county, chamber, but our community leaders and our military leaders. Every time we try to go get something done, they're right there with us. So thank y'all so very, very much for that. And as I call Colonel Richardson up, I'm going to tell you, Colonel, if you're partners with Boone, you start coming on up. If you're partnering with Boone, you better play good. Boone is a reverse sandbag. You know, anybody know what a sandbagger is? Sandbagger in golf, you don't play golf. That's somebody that says they're really good. I know they say they're really bad when they're really good. So in other words, they say, well, what do you shoot? Well, I shoot in the 70s. And when they really shoot in the 60s. Now, Boone's the opposite. He'll tell you he shoots in the 70s, but he shoots in the 90s. So Richard, Colonel, you got your hands full. But come on up and thank you again.
I think for about a month, Boone thought we were partnered up, and then he figured out we're actually playing against each other. So. In a time in the country where in March Madness everybody is fighting to be in the Final Four, I can think of no better final than being in the Final Five and being recognized as a great American defense community. Eight months into this command tour, I recognize that there are generations of leaders and airmen and guardians that came before me who contributed, and I just simply happen to be here representing those airmen, guardians, families, retirees, veterans, disabled or otherwise, and we're just grateful for this opportunity. It comes as no surprise to me to see Montgomery and the Greater River region celebrated for their commitment to excellence involving military family support. The long-standing and storied partnership between this installation, dating back to 1918 or so, and the community is and has been one to celebrate. We could not be a world-class installation nor get after our craft of national defense were it not for you, our community partners, at the city, county, and state levels. While moving around is not unique necessarily to military families, the timing of which the volatility of which and the choice of location can be somewhat unique and exceptional. For us to excel at our mission, to support Air University and some 40 mission partners, all with distinct responsibilities to national defense, we need good community partners. For us to present ready forces around the globe to meet the needs of our nation, we need good community partners. For us to take care of our people, whether that be through the portability of licensures so that spouses continue their professional careers, to improve upon and expand pediatric care for our children, not only at the installation but in the broader Montgomery area, to sustain enduring approaches to academics that take into consideration the social and emotional challenges that our military-affiliated children go through. We need good community partners. The blessing here is we have great community partners. Everything is connected, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how grateful I am for the opportunity to serve and to represent the men and women of Maxwell Gunter. Could not be more proud to represent them here today and celebrate with you this win. It's an honor to serve, and it's an absolute honor to serve in the River Region in Alabama. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Well, like it's been said, we are proud to be Montgomeryans, to be here in the capital city. And quickly, so we can get back to improving on the unbelievable accomplishments, we're going to ask a few questions, then adjourn, and we're going to get to work making Montgomery even more proud of what we're going to do in the future. Any questions? If none, this press conference has adjourned. Thank you all for being here.
Can we get a picture of all y'all?
Where do you want to be?
Right here. Or actually right here by the sign.
All right. Yeah, you got it.
Tell Brenda you need to pay.
Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.